Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Graham Wedge from MMP, one of the gold sponsors of this week's conference. This afternoon, I have the pleasure to introduce Trevor Walker, the President and CEO of Frontier Lithium, who's going to be providing us an update on their activities and lithium exploration and activities in Northwest Ontario. So with further ado, Trevor, the floor is yours.
Thanks very much, and just a brief thanks for organizing the event. Like to really appreciative of Thunder Bay Community Economic Development Commission for hosting this. So it's a real pleasure here to dive in and share our story of some excitement that's taking place in Northern Ontario. So as mentioned, my name's Trevor Walker. I'm President and CEO of Frontier Lithium. With a strong mining background in hand, I agreed to join our company in 2010 and transitioned it to the rare metal space in preparation really for this tremendous opportunity with regards to lithium and its use for energy storage, in particular electric vehicles. So Frontier Lithium's a story of great potential scale, a great location, very experienced management team, managed to also leverage a great resource that's nestled here in Northwestern Ontario to attract some lithium specific experience. Really difficult to do that. Not many, as this really is a new business, an opportunity in the making. So you know, our work here at Frontier, we've revealed a premium hard rock spodumene ore district in the Northwest. We've delineated since 2013 the continent's highest grade lithium resource that continues to scale in size. So this is a tier 1 resource, essential on helping to build a local supply chain. So I'm thrilled into the ability here, thrilled to dive into some of the details. So we've got a tier 1 resource in the making. There's been 4 discoveries on our project, 2 of which are deposits outcropped at surface. Combined, they make up roughly just shy of 30 million ton resource of what is North America's highest grade spodumene resource. We have right now roughly 2/3 of that resource is still under what we call the inferred level of confidence. So that's a key focus for the company, and an update that we'll have here in the short term that everyone's really excited about. So based on a lot of success we've had on our project, we've assembled a 26,000 hectare land package, got tremendous upside and potential for growth. Roughly 7 months ago, we delivered a preliminary economic assessment utilizing 2 of the 4 discoveries in open pit style operations that's provided opportunity around what we call fully integrated mine, mill, and downstream chemical plant to produce lithium chemicals required for these sought after batteries being utilized in vehicles. So we've got roughly a $1 billion US dollar net present value, again with tremendous opportunity to continue to grow that. So we believe very much when we think about lithium chemicals required for cars, we believe that you know, due to the high ranges, high distances we travel in North America, it's really important for us to do a lot of our work around the high nickel cathode batteries requiring lithium hydroxide to be coupled with. So much of our work has been around the lithium salt called lithium hydroxide. And of course, given our location and the points of today, we've got a tremendous opportunity and location here in Northern Ontario with, tremendous mining, processing, manufacturing capabilities with, lowest sovereign risk in the world, and really proximate to the greatest market in the world, that being here in North America. So we have, our project is located 160 kilometers as the crow flies north of Red Lake. And we'll dive into a little bit around the company before we get into more project specific details. So we're a publicly traded company. Given the audience, really proud to say that Frontier is very much a vehicle by design. Most of the registry of shareholders in the company reside in Northern Ontario. This is an Ontario-controlled company. So we are really cognizant of that in the past, of making sure that, families such as all of ours here present today are really key to providing the vision and support for steps forwards. We've seen a lot of struggle in Northern Ontario on trying to build projects. So it's really, really important to have strong family presence at the helm here. So we're a publicly listed company on the TSX Venture. We have roughly a market capitalization of about $400 million. Around $8 million in the till. We've just recently announced a bought deal financing through a couple of key financial partners that we're getting started with through Canaccord and Bank of Montreal. So we're raising an additional $10 million here to continue to feed the progress and all the test work that's taking place. And back, mentioning strong ownership. So management maintains over 25% ownership in the company. The company really trades relative or quite strong correlation to global lithium prices that we've really seen increase over the last 12 months significantly. Leadership, we're assembling a company to develop a project to produce the feedstock and downstream chemicals. So a few notables: Steve Letwin, former CEO of IAM Gold, on the board; Greg Mills, former managing director of RBC Cap Markets; great addition through Mark Boisonneau, former VP of global nickel assets for Glencore. And another I'd like to mention is former Chief Bart Mikas from Sandy Lake First Nation. So really instrumental for us as we've got to know Bart over the years on our work on our project, and really important to make sure that we've had regional representation from local Northern Indigenous communities based in the Treaty 5 area. Managed to leverage a great asset into a former chief scientist for China's Tianqi, second largest lithium chemical producer out of China, Dr. Nijin Cao, resident of Montreal for the last 25 years. So really, really hard to find relevant and significant lithium experience. So really managed to put together a nice team of experience. From Thunder Bay, Peter Vanstone been instrumental with the company on getting us to where we're at today. He spent much of his career working for Quebecor on the former lithium producing mine out of the Burnick Lake area at the Tanko deposit, with very similar mineralogy to what we have on our project. So quickly on the markets, really the investments, North America is lagging behind Europe and obviously the Asian market, but don't be fooled. The investments here in the last 12 months are in the billions of dollars. North America is getting ready and getting organized. So tremendous push from now until 2030. There's roughly 230 additional gigawatt hours that have been added to the chalkboard here just over the last 2 months that will be built from now until 2025. So our job is to make sure that we as the North can really take great resources and participate in building the local supply chain here in North America. Grade is king. It's really about given the strong mining pedigree that we all have here. We care really about a foundation based upon grade, widths, quality. So grade and size are really of the utmost importance. So the two deposits that we have make up the two highest grade deposits in North America. So we see ourselves here with roughly 2 to 3 time multiples over some resources in other jurisdictions outside of the province. So from that standpoint, we're positioned very well. There's a cost advantage for going directly from the mineral spodumene, which carries the highest amount of lithium out of any mineral on the planet, species on the planet. So it's really, really important, to have grade for a few things, of which we'll touch upon in the upcoming slides. So here's a great picture of an outcrop of what we call the PAC deposit, roughly 10 million tons of open pitable material. There's 30 meters width here of 4.5% lithium oxide. That's the highest grade zone on the planet for lithium. It's really, really tremendous to have this outcropped right at surface. There's very few places around the world where this type of grade and size exists. So, we have a 26-year project life that continues to grow. That's on, again, building a mine, mill, and downstream chemical plant, ideally situated in Ontario, somewhere on the Great Lakes. It's quite a robust project. It's roughly $800 million to build the fully integrated. But again, we had the fortune of making a second discovery in 2019, what we call the Spark deposit, which makes up about 70% of the total resource. And we continue to grow that. So our view is we can count on a minimum of 30-year plus. So this is really important. And there's not many resources like this that are located in North America. Here from the bird's eye view looking to the southeast, we see the original discovery at the PAC deposit below us, the Spark deposit. 2% here at the PAC, about 1.5% here at Spark. These are vertically in place, so a lot of control over these ore bodies. They're what we call open, so again, they continue to grow. Much of our focus has been on what we call infill drilling, so raising the level of confidence on this Spark deposit, highlighted through some intersections that are in excess of 300 meters, close to 1.7% lithium oxide. Those are the best lithium intersections ever drilled in North America. So tremendous opportunity. I'd like to highlight in between these two is a recent discovery references the bolt pegmatite up to 50 meters wide, 600 meters long. We've done some preliminary channel sampling. Looks very similar to Spark. Tremendous opportunity to not only increase the two deposits, but as well everything in between. This is all within a distance of 2.3 kilometers. About 35 kilometers up this fault, we're sitting on really a contact zone here between two geological sub-provinces. We're nestled in amongst North Spirit, Deer Lake, Sandy Lake, and Kiiwewin. 35 kilometers up the fault is basically a discovery from Google Earth of some light-colored rock that turns out to be the highest quality spodumene on the whole project. Iron is a key proxy for quality of mineral, and the iron was below detection. So again, can't stress, this is the highest quality spodumene, bearing lithium in North America. So tremendous opportunity. And again, the foundation, a key event for our company and shareholders and all stakeholders in the North is increasing the level of confidence. So we sit here when we look at some of the spodumene resources in North America, we rank as the highest grade. When we consider all levels of category of confidence, we're here. So what's taking place with our infill drilling is taking 500,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent and doubling that at a minimum. And we expect, in the coming months to be upgrading that resource. And that, again, is the foundational piece to really set the company and the capabilities of producing lithium chemicals in Northern Ontario in motion. So quickly, really from this perspective of making sure in mining we're cognizant of the least or footprints with regards to operations. I got to stress, from an emissions standpoint and the endeavors with regards to carbon tax and looking at the Paris Accord, what really matters is the focus and on high grade assets. So it's the strongest correlation to footprint. So we look at things like iron levels or the quality of the spodumene. We rank as the highest quality lithium bearing mineral in North America. The stripping ratio is really a proxy for how wide an ore body is. So we rank with the lowest stripping ratio. So these are the types of things that are really important to make sure that we've got the lowest footprint here in potential mining operations in the north. We have tremendous upside when we look at neighbors down in the Carolinas that have recently signed MOU with Tesla. So the company continues to grow stronger, and it's really, really critical here for becoming a serious contender on supply for downstream OEMs. So I like to start this slide with, the fact that when you take such a high quality resource, what can you do with it? And we to date have produced lithium concentrates, or what many would call the feedstock to produce lithium chemicals, that rank favorably with the highest quality concentrates in the world. They come out of one particular mine in southwestern Australia. So that's a true testament of the quality of the spodumene that we've produced on life of mine resource. Recently, through a mini pilot, we've taken some high quality concentrates we've produced and produced battery quality lithium hydroxide. So lithium salts required for the best batteries in the world. So that work is really part of our strategy and internal scoping study that we've seen funding through the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund. Great to have the Ontario government's attention and support on really making sure we go through an internal scoping study, various process options and technology to make sure we make the right decision. One thing that's really critical is we are just on the first steps of really providing opportunities for trades, for knowledge transfer and training. So recently we've got engaged here with Cambrian College as one of the first steps of many that we plan on taking with Northern colleges. So we're really cognizant on utilizing a world-class resource located in the north on developing, attracting and developing those skills so that we can maintain as much value as possible in Northern Ontario. And with a little luck, making sure that future products as a result of our resource stay as close to home as possible. And that really is a mandate. And that's why, it's really important why we've taken a very cautious but confident approach to developing this resource in the Northwest. A few things we've waited for and why we have taken our time. Number one, the market. Number two, the resource, which we've spent time on. Number three, investment in the north and developing the tip of the far north. So we are just thrilled with the investment that we've seen from the Ontario government, the feds, and Fortis with regards to the Watay Power Project. For those that aren't familiar, Watay is really plugging in roughly 17 First Nation communities in the north into the Ontario grid. So right now there's lots and lots of activity. Phase one was accomplished just over 12 months ago, bringing power north of Red Lake up to the Barrens River and plugging in Pikangikum First Nation. Phase two is taking place as we speak. This is a big year. We're seeing big investments go into the existing winter road that we've utilized for the last 10 years to access our project. And that is, a really important corridor that to date has been brought in the fuel and supplies to our partnered communities in the area. So currently the right-of-way is being cut for the Watay power line. So that's really tremendous. You'll see here in the top left, both the power and a recent road that was brought in right to the Barrens. Currently, through a consortium of northern communities in the Treaty 5 area, engineering is taking place around the Barrens River Bridge across the Dog Rib Rapids. So that's wonderful. We're working really closely with our partnered communities to make sure we're working on a scoping study to then work on the success of Watay and the alignment and consensus around being plugged in to the south with regards to all-season road access. So we're really excited to be working closely with the communities on continuing the investment in the area and opening up tremendous opportunities for northern communities and the north in general. With regards to timeline, we see huge advantage on delivering lithium chemicals based on a huge shortfall in supply. That opportunity is very strong, and as we've seen, in the increased buy-in around the EV technology, we've seen, roughly 30% annual growth over the last 5 years. So we see the window of opportunity on delivering chemicals from Northern Ontario in around 2026 to 2028. So a few steps over the short term for us are delivering and ensuing, obviously, resource updates in early 2022, followed by preliminary feasibility study through PFS by mid-2022. We are preparing for the construction and operation of a demonstration chemical plant that we plan on running in Northern Ontario. That to take place in tandem, just to deliver de-risked, really strong confidence for the North around the demonstration to have, again, in step on delivering definitive feasibility by the end of 2023. So that obviously says a lot of work that's taking place here right now at the company. But, in my finishing slide here, really the advantage we've done a lot of work with the Ontario governments with regards to the critical mineral strategy and sharing our thoughts that we've seen much out of both Minister Rickford's office as well as Minister Fideli's office on that strategy. And our message has always been a very simple one, and that's work with what we got. And that's obviously is the luxury of world-class resources in Northern Ontario, very significant presence in Southern Ontario with auto OEMs. So the value proposition here for us Northerners is making sure we do this right and have the ability where the days of mining it and shipping it, we got to take advantage of this transition now, whereby extraction, refining, use, and market is all within 1,500 kilometers. That ensures not only a sustainable operations that allow opportunities for all northern communities, but also the lowest footprint on our region. So that is the opportunity that presents itself, and it's really tier one resources like we have the luxury and benefits here at Frontier of working on here in the Northwest. So it's really, again, about working with the Ontario grid that ranks as top 2 in the world on creating these opportunities. And again, Frontier is very much a vehicle by design. This company has been built by Northerners, and we will continue on that legacy to make sure that we can benefit and you really provide great opportunities for families here in the northern parts of the province. So that's
Trevor,
in a nutshell. So thanks for that opportunity to tell our story here today.
Trevor, what a nutshell! That just so well articulated, and you can tell that this is near and dear to you. And congratulations on a great trajectory with your company. We've run out of time, folks. There was one question about the feasibility study and development phases. You answered that right near the end of your presentation. Trevor, thank you for carving out a piece of your day to do this for us. Outstanding presentation. So for those of you that are here, we do not have time for questions. We do need to get to the next session. That one will be with Kirsty Litico, the general manager from Evolution Mining. We're going to go ahead and close this room. Again, Trevor, thank you so much. And folks, we will see you at the top of the hour with Evolution Mining. Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you.